Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. I'm your host, Sean David. Thanks for tuning in. Let's talk some old school NBA. Now, if you follow my show on a regular basis, then you know that I'm mainly focused on NBA superstars. But I do my best to feature, at least every once in a while, some players that maybe never have been an NBA All-Star simply because, well, I have many favorite players that actually never were an NBA All-Star. So this is what's going to happen in this episode. I want to talk about Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, aka Chris Jackson, and show you how this guy actually destroyed some of the biggest legends of the 1990s. But before we get to that, I want to give a quick shout out to the Patreons of this episode. Thanks a lot, you guys, for supporting the show. As always, it's really appreciated. And I want to say, well, let's start.
Could anybody cover you?
No. I say it this way, and I don't believe me, man. I'm doing this for you, but because I don't like talking like that. In the NBA, you can't stop nobody. You can try to contain them. I say it in that context, you know. In that context, no. I mean, I feel confident about my ability to score, my ability to create separation to get my shot off.
So how do we start? I would say let me take you back to the late 1980s to the college career of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, or Chris Jackson at that time, so right before he entered the NBA. From 1988 to 1990, Chris Jackson, who would be later known as Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, played college ball for LSU. On a team that later would feature the talent of Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Jackson was still by far their best player. With handles that nobody has ever seen and a stroke that was far ahead of his time, Chris would not only shoot the lights out, but also embarrass his opponents. Every once in a while, he would score like 30 points, 40 points, and even 50 points in a single game. Another thing that separated Chris from many other players from that time was that even though he was a point guard, he had a scorer's mentality, just a different approach than most point guards of that time. At the 1990 NBA draft, Chris Jackson could easily have been the number one pick, but it was the Denver Nuggets who selected Chris Jackson with the third pick overall in the first round.
With the third pick in the 1990 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Chris Jackson from LSU.
So the first early entry player to be selected is Chris Jackson, who left LSU after his sophomore season.
In his rookie season, Chris would have many ups and downs. In some games, he would be Denver's best player, and in other games, well, he just didn't have it. The Nuggets were a very young team at that time, and even though Chris Jackson would come off the bench in most games, expectations were very, very high since everybody has seen the great highlights and what he has done in college. He finished his rookie season averaging 14 points and 3.1 assists per game, but the Nuggets would be the second worst team in the entire NBA. The following years, with the exception of a second season, Chris would turn into Denver's leading scorer, and his shooting became a weapon which was feared around the league. It seemed like the better the competition, the better Chris Jackson performed. Unfortunately though, Chris had to deal with other issues that would be a burden for his future NBA career.
But Jackson was not a stranger to adversity. Since childhood, he had suffered from Tourette syndrome, a nervous disorder that often made even normal daily tasks a trial.
It was hard when I was young because that's when the nicknames came. You know, you're crazy, what's wrong with you? And I think I dealt with it pretty good. I think I've always had the ability to understand and to go on with my life, even at a young age. Tourette's helped me as a person and as a basketball player to understand what it is that I need to do and must do to persevere.
So in the mid-1990s, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was already considered to be one of the better players. Even though he was not an all-star and not an NBA superstar, players around the league knew that this kid was for real. And they could really see it in games when he was playing against some of the biggest legends. And this is what we're going to take a look at, how he destroyed some of the best players in the league.
Works on Morris, double team. Now Mahmoud again, left corner for three. It's good.
Seems like he's on target again tonight, Jerry.
On Malone. Out to Mahmoud for three. Yes!
That's what you need to see.
That category. Mahmoud for three. This one's good. Left corner, Ellis now to Mahmoud for three. 4 for downtown for Mahmoud now.
They're really looking.
Mahmoud again. Up at the top for three. Yes! He's 5 out of 5 in this first period of play.
Unbelievable.
Abdul-Rauf trying to shake Jason Kidd. Hits the three.
Three-pointer,
Mahmoud with his first three. Taken out by Stith. And now the ball loose, but Abdul-Rauf controls and knocks down the little floater. Abdul-Rauf working on Kidd, and a foul on Kidd. The basket is good. First foul on Jason Kidd. 4-3. And the Nuggets with .7.
Didn't hesitate at all. Jones with a perimeter shot. Good move by Rauf.
And he gives Denver the 4-point lead.
Got to get to that offensive glass.
Ashburn with 28 points. The Mavericks have scored the last 7, and Abdul-Rauf puts an end to that.
Porter finds room, drive. Mutombo got a hand on it. That's the reason they like Mutombo out of the middle. Strong drive, Jackson. 7 in the quarter, 20 for the game. Clyde Drexler. Jackson from outside. Have to go in the third period. Marcus Liberty. Ellis. Pop out Jackson. Shoots over Clyde. And drills it for three. And Drexler had a hand in his face. Go. Bongo. 11 in the quarter, 24 for the game. Clyde Drexler as Chris Jackson and Militia's back the other way. Drexler over to Strickland, picked up by Jackson, breakaway, and easy.
LSU out to Reggie Williams, star heavy, and it took him almost half the season to get in shape, but he's going to be a forceful player. Abdul-Rauf. His first points. It's 11-7. Fifth is being guarded by Michael Cade, but they don't take advantage of the mismatch.
Cade, Abdul-Rauf sees Brian Williams open on the wing, and that's Denver's.
2 apiece, we're tied. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf for three. Abdul-Rauf against Jordan. The Nuggets are going basically without a true point guard. Rauf with the pull-up. That's what he does well. He got scored in a foul. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf sets it up for the Nuggets.
Look at the high screen here that they had for Mahmoud.
Nice dish. Bryant stiffed on the inbounds. They run Rauf off numerous screens. Mutombo setting a high screen. Mahmoud is with his third from 9 minutes to go, second quarter. McClain a high screen. Abdul-Rauf fires away and hits. Rauf gets it back on the other end for 2.
You don't fall asleep on this guy. He'll bring it in looking like he's going to make a play, and then he's a quick shooter.
I don't think Steve Kerr can keep up with him. Nuggets lead by 22. Rauf for 3. Ring it up. On fire. Abdul-Rauf. 18 points. 52 points for the Nuggets. 8 minutes to go in the half. 22nd timeout. Chicago.
All right, you guys, that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the content. If so, please leave a like, but also post your opinion underneath the video in the comments section. Let me know if you had love for Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf's game. Were you a fan back in the days? All right, you guys, you all stay healthy. See you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.
I was coming out of high school as the #1 guard in the nation. One year Jordan happened to have been there. He says, "Young fellow, I want you to try to come at me real hard. Give me the best you got." I look at him. I'm not scared. I'm looking at this. This is an opportunity. Because I've been working my behind off. This is my opportunity to see right now, if my training is paying off, where I am, where I stand with who they say is the best.